Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, May 30th, 2024, and my name is Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, and this is not me, this is Brittany. Say hi, Brittany. Say hello to everybody. So last week I said I was going to bring Brittany on camera, and then I forgot at the end, but she did not want to miss her chance this week, so she's been up here for the last 5 minutes. Hopefully we can make her move, but before it's time to do the stamping. Anyway, good morning. Hello, everybody. My name is Jennifer Cotton. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, and that means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So good morning and welcome. Thank you guys for being here, whether it's your first time or you're coming back. Welcome, welcome, and thank you. So later today, hey, Linda Marsha over on YouTube. Linda Mansky, she's saying hello to you, Brittany. I lost my place. Jackie, good morning. Lori, good morning. In sunny Minnesota, liked and shared. Good morning, Landa. This cat's being super needy, although she did bite me a minute ago. She was playing. Good morning, V and beautiful Brittany. Yes. Good morning, Shannon in Southern California. And Sandy is saying hi. Good morning to everybody. So good morning, everybody. This cat is being a lot this morning, and she's playing with everything up here, which is not good. Okay, so I want to remind you guys. Let me look. I have to look over here on my thing to find the graphic. I will add timestamps to the video in YouTube later today. The YouTube comments and all the stuff is down below the video. So you'll click more or show more on the video description, and you will see later after I add them timestamps, which allow you to skip around to certain sections of the video, like card 1, card 2, specials, whatever it is. So I'll do that for you later today, and then tomorrow I will add a link that'll be up here in the corner that will take you straight to my blog, stamptherapist.com. So we've got that going on. I forgot I've got a, yeah. Okay, let me show you what she's doing now. Oh, yeah, she's like scratching the glass mat. And apparently she found the magnet, but that's another story. Let me add this ticker on here and see. Hopefully that won't be in our way. Okay, let me get back to comments. And oh my gosh, she's trying to be literally adorable today. So fluffy. She scared herself. Okay, let's be serious. Okay, Sandy, Shannon, good morning. Jen, good morning. Sue, good morning. Sunny, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Sherry, good morning to you. Okay, so I do this Stampin' Up! Thing as a full-time business, so I offer lots of events anyone can take all around the U.S. So I'm going to tell you about what's coming up. You can take these to go, of course, and some are offered in person. And then, of course, sorry, I'm like distracted because the cat, I'm like, don't tear my stuff up. I, of course, sell the product and all the stuff. So any questions or if you need anything, let me know. Okay, so on my events, you're always going to get a PDF tutorial and with every event with detailed instructions and measurements. We will cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible unless otherwise stated in the instructions. Sometimes, in the description, sometimes you will need the coordinating dies for whatever bundle we're using. So make sure you read that when you register. Anyone in the world, by the way, can get the tutorials, but anyone in the United States can get the classes. Okay, so first up is my monthly classes that I do every single month. Card class, scrapbook class, Stamp-A-Stack class, and sampler class. I do them every single month in person and to go. They're all also clubs you can join. So if you want more info on the clubs, let me know. But okay. The card and scrapbook classes are $20 each or free with a $20 order. She's rubbing her head on the microphone. I have no clue if that's making a sound. $20 each or free with a $20 order for card class and scrapbook class. It's 4 cards or 3 12 by 12 pages. So, by the way, this month the in-person is June 15th or mailed June 17th. It's in DeSoto, Texas, by the way. Mary Jo at the podiatrist waiting to get this foot in check. Yes, for the next time we hit the dance floor at a Stampin' Up event. Yes, Mary Jo. Most definitely get your feet in check. Mary Ann, good morning. Kylie, good morning. Mary Jo, good morning. I said hi to you already, but good morning. Sherry, good morning. Okay. So that was card class. Oh, I'm using Pets and More and Full of Life. Pets and More stamp set Full of Life bundle. So you can register for these. Actually, it's supposed to be June 1st, but if you sign up for my email list and you get the email at 1 o'clock today, scroll to the bottom and you will see a link to register for the June classes. You need to register for card and scrapbook by June 13th or while supplies last. And again, you can take it in person or to go. Okay, scrapbook class, 3 12 by 12 pages. We're going to do summer and July 4th, and I haven't picked those products yet. Okay, next up is the 2 subscription clubs I have, Sampler and Stamp-A-Stack. You need to register for these by June 9th, so it's coming up soon. Again, I kind of glossed over it, but in the email today, I have a newsletter going out June 1st with all of my events. But in today's email at 1 p.m., you can join the email list right now up here in Facebook, down here in YouTube. You will get the links for these classes now. Today, I should say. So, sampler class, we're doing the Country Birdhouse bundle. This is a 12 by 12 frame piece of art. I believe, yep, here's last month's sampler. Really gorgeous, in my opinion. And then if you can frame it like this right here. Oh, I have it where you can see the whole thing today. You can frame it. It can decorate your home. It makes a great gift / housewarming gift. You can change out what's in the frame monthly, seasonally, all the stuff. So that's what that is. This includes over $20 in merchandise, and we do cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible for this class, even if it's the featured bundle. Stamp-A-Stack, we're going to make 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each, over $20 in merchandise. Both of these clubs are $35. Class is $37. You get over 20 in merchandise. You get all the cutting we do for you. We package it very carefully, all the stuff. If you're in my club, you usually get a little gift each month. We don't guarantee that, but almost every month we have a gift. Karen's working on, I think, a really cool gift for this month, by the way, for my club members, Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler only. And yeah, so I guess that's it. So this month for club, we are using the Citrus Blooms bundle for Stamp-A-Stack club. Sorry, Stamp-A-Stack. And guess what? Of course, I'm going to make those today. My video's frozen. Let me. Okay. Please tell me if I'm back. The camera just did something weird. Shannon, my email address is jennifer@jennifercotton.com. If you want to sign up for my email newsletter, you're watching on YouTube, so go down to the video description and click more or show more. And one of the first links I have is join my email list. Or just thank you guys. Lori, thank you. Linda, thank you. Email me or message me on Facebook, or I don't think you can message on YouTube. But anyway, message me or email me and I can give you the link to sign up. Thank you guys for letting me know I'm back. I don't know what happened. The camera just like froze on the device. No, she bit me. Oh, no. She bit me hard. Okay. So citrus blooms, 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. Okay, so just to clarify real quick, club is $35 a month. Yes, you can cancel at any time. People have canceled after 1 month, after 2 years, all the stuff. But after 6 consecutive months, you get a gift from me. So that's why to be in club. Plus, it's only $35, so you save $2 every single month. It's $37 just to take either of these classes individually. Hopefully, I said everything I should have said because the cat is distracting me today. Okay, annual catalog celebration is next. This event, you really need to sign up for it. Sunday is the deadline. Here's the graphic sneak peek. And you're going to make 8 cards. You're going to see 2 stamping demonstrations. You're going to see 2 display stampers samples, which they're much more elaborate stampers than me, by the way. So they're awesome, all of them, all 4. These are the 8 cards you're going to make. If you are local, attending in person is the best because you get to visit and chat with other crafters throughout the day. Plus, my helpers, Shirley and Landa, are awesome to visit with, and my other helpers, the stamping helpers. Like, it's just fun. And you'll get to shop my BOGO in person, all the stuff. If you take it to go, you will get your PDF tutorial. You'll supply your stamps. We are pre-die cutting everything possible for this event, but you'll still probably need the dies and stamps to complete the projects, PDF tutorial, and a Facebook group to see the videos and displays. Okay, these are the 8 cards. You have to register by Sunday. The link has been emailed out, but it will be in the 1 p.m. email today as well. And by the way, all those links are down at the bottom of the email. You just scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see all these pink rectangles with like info for annual catalog celebration, info for this event, info for that event. And that's the registration link as well. Okay, so there we go. Sign up by this Sunday, classes next Saturday, June 8th. Or if you take it to go, it'll be mailed the Monday after. All right. Jennifer, good morning. Cindy, good morning. Tried to be early, but Facebook didn't work. I get it. Me and Landa were having a lot of weird technical issues yesterday on many different apps, devices, websites. It was weird. And Facebook can be weird also whenever it feels like it. By the way, I think I forgot to say this. As you come on the video, please say hi. That will get you entered to win the cards I'm going to make today with the Citrus Blooms bundle. I'm going to make 3 cards. You will be entered to win all 3 just by commenting on the video, on YouTube, on Facebook, on replay. All the stuff counts. I'm cleaning up after the cat. And then on replay, like on YouTube, you won't be able to chat, but you can still make a comment down below. All of this does help me, so thank you very much for doing it. And so as a thank you for that, you'll get entered to win those. If you share the video, like I just saw, I think I just saw somebody said they shared, or maybe Shirley. I'm like, maybe I'm imagining it. She commented that she shared because she shared it, but then I won't know unless she tells me. So comment if you share it, say shared, and you'll get entered again. Okay. All right. So I think I said the main stuff about annual catalog celebration. Obviously, I'm using 4 new bundles or suites from the new annual catalog. So there's that. Okay, next up, I am going to have a class coming out hopefully by Monday, but Alejandra and I are busy. But this class you can register for soon. This will be offered to go. You're going to make 4 amazing fun folds, lots of product. You can add on the stamp set if you want, or leave it off if you just want to substitute or you already own the stamps. This is a class with Alejandra Gomez and it will be offered to go. However, if you want to take that class in person, let me get my pen so I can check things off here. We are offering it in person. It's a slightly different pricing and all because Scrapbook Convention has rules. At the Scrapbook Convention in Denton, Texas on June 21st. It'll be Friday evening class. So you can take it through them. You have to go to their website, Great American Scrapbook Convention. like Google it and you'll find the website. Don't go to that.com because I don't think that's it, but just Google that. And they have their registration link there where we're required to go through them for this. Or you'll be able to take it through us and it'll be to go and you'll do the PDF tutorial. Okay, so that's coming soon. And then Retreat in a Box. I'm very excited about this product we are using. April McCright and I do our retreats in person. We have one in person in June, but it's full. So we're offering it to go, of course, like we always do. For the retreat make and takes, we'll use the Magnolia Mood Bundle and the textured timber stamp set for 10 or more make and takes. Plus you'll get gifts, plus you'll get a bag, PDF tutorial, all the stuff. So you can register for all this stuff now. The links have been sent out. It'll be in the 1 p.m. email as well. And then there's 2 optional add-on classes. My class is Attention Shoppers and April's class is Friends for Life. If you click the link, you'll see the class descriptions, all the descriptions. And yes, you can only take April's class with my link, only my class, only Retreat and April's, only the 2 classes. Like you can mix and match it any way you want. If you want tutorials only for any of this stuff, click the registration link. That's where you find that option. I only want the tutorials. Okay, so that is mailed July 5th. So you need to register by June 9th. That is the same deadline as something else I said earlier. I forgot what. But I think it's the same as something else. Anyway, June 9th is the deadline. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, we will have in-person retreats coming up. Our next one is March 27 through 30. We've confirmed our dates finally with Rockin' Our Retreats in Temple, Texas. So get excited. March 2025. We have another one coming up before then, but it's full. This one, you get an 8-foot table. You get plenty of lighting. It's very brightly lit. You get your meals. You get a bed to sleep on. And you get to use April and my stuff. Plus, if you are there in person, you can use our stuff for the make and takes and the add-on classes. So it's confirmed. Link is not set up yet. March 27 through 30, 2025 in Temple, Texas. So let's go. Let's go. Put it on your calendar. You can fly into Austin, Texas, and then rent a car to drive about an hour to Temple, Texas. Okay. And then, of course, we have a crafting cruise. I do my retreats with April McCright. So we do the retreats together, and then we do our cruises together. So it's the same thing. It's a big week-long retreat. You get gifts. Here's our gifts from last year. You get to meet a bunch of fun people and have new crafting friends and bring your friends. So you can, it's fun. You get food all week, unlimited. You get an optional swap, of course, a bag, meet and greets, and little gatherings. Half a table to yourself, class tables to complete those classes on. That's not part of that. So the crafting cruise is January 26, 2025, Harmony of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. You can fly into Houston for that one. And yeah, sign up now. You can pay it off almost all year until the deadline, which I think is like October, to pay your full balance. But our travel agent will tell you all that stuff. And not everybody has to do the crafting portion, but we get a group rate. So you can bring 50 family members. That would be awesome. And they all get the group rate, which is the cheapest rate possible for our cruise, including all Royal Caribbean specials. But only you have to do, only whoever wants to has to do the crafting portion. Hope that makes sense. Lori, good morning. Cindy, good morning. Della. Oh, Cindy, thank you for the card, by the way. Let me show this. Cindy is on here right now. Cindy gave me this card with, I think, some money the other day because she picked up something from my porch. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Cindy. There we go. Show and tell. And thanks for sharing, Cindy. Della, good morning. Jamestown, North Dakota. Rosemary, love this bundle. I know. If y'all don't know about this bundle, side note, as Rosemary just said, it's if you're talking about this one, Cindy or Rosemary, you might be talking about Magnolia, but this one is So good. Wait till you see the samples. Combine it with the designer paper. Mary Jo, thanks for sharing. Thanks for Diane, thanks for sharing. Lisa, thanks for sharing. And Margaret, good morning. Sue, good morning. Shannon, ooh, you're interested in the scrapbooking? Okay. Shannon, so I have found that when I meet people on YouTube, I have no way to contact them. I told somebody I would send her some info, and then I was like, I don't know how to find this person. So please reach out to me. Of course, you can go to my blog, stamptherapist.com. You can Facebook message me, email me, all the stuff. I won't have a way to contact you though. So just FYI. I told somebody, and then she emailed me several days later, and she's like, "You said," I'm like, "Yes, I tried to find you. I didn't know how to find you from YouTube." Like, anyway, it's just FYI. Shirley, did I say good morning? Good morning, Shirley. And yes, Cindy, both Cindy's. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so that's my events. Next up is specials. Specials. You already saw the sneak peek. We only have 2 days left of this special. Let me go back here. Only 2 days, today and tomorrow, to get. You're going to pay $99. Let me do some math for you. Let me put this screen down. Yeah, right here. You're going to pay. Now, where's my Sharpie? I need to be like a teacher here. You're going to pay, math teacher, $99 plus tax. If you have no tax where you live, you don't pay tax. You're going to get free shipping. You're going to get $82 in color merchandise. Where's my calculator? Here where I live in Texas, you would pay for that 82 plus 11% shipping, 9102 times our tax rate. You would pay $98.53. That's the value. And that's not a fake value. That is what I paid for all this. Of course, I got my discount, but you know, because I'm demo. It's all this stuff here. This is your last chance. 2 more days. I don't want that to come off on here. You get the in color. These are the brand new that just came out. In color markers. You get all 5 in color ink pads. You get the new in color 6x6 designer paper, which I've shown on multiple videos, but it's really just the patterns this year are really pretty and cute. But also these new colors are just, love them so much. Then you get the 8.5 by 11 assorted cardstock, all those colors, 4 sheets of each. Here's the colors. You can see them there. And yeah, now that's just what you get free. Then you choose plus 125 of anything you want that's current, that's available. 125 or less, you cannot go over. Plus a past paper pumpkin kit. Y'all can see I have terrible handwriting. Put a piece of paper up here to cover that stupid light. But anyway, so the value of all this is 125. This is $24.50. So 82 plus that is $231.50. These are real values that people pay every day. Plus shipping, $25.47. Plus my tax rate, $21.20, which is 8.25%. Your tax rate may be different. Your state may not charge tax on shipping. Texas does. That you would be paying $278.17 to get all this from me. Or instead, you can pay $99 plus tax and get free shipping. Any questions? It's a no-brainer. Of course, you have to not be a demonstrator to buy this. I can't buy it. My team can't buy it. But anyone who's not a demonstrator can buy this. It's always $99. You always get $125 and the paper pumpkin. So it's always a great value. It still saves you money. But through tomorrow, it saves you a lot of money. This is about $107, $108 with tax here in Texas. So $108 208. It's like $170 in free stuff, basically, value-wise. Okay, so that special ends tomorrow. Let me give you the picture again of what you get free. Ink pads, cardstock, designer paper, markers. And yeah, so there it is. So if you have any questions, let me know. There's other perks, of course, to getting the starter kit, being on my team, getting access to all my tutorials monthly in the Facebook group, creative challenges, Zoom get-togethers where we craft together, monthly gatherings. So these are the make and takes for our monthly gathering this month. These are optional to add on. It's only $10 and then or $15 if you need shipping. That's when we do it to go. We also, well, it's always offered to go, but there's a hair floating. But we also do it in person every quarter. And so if you're local and you can come in person, you only pay $10. Or if you're local and you pick it up. Anyway, these are the make and takes this month. Super cute. Of course, Landa is over there literally right now cutting up rolls of ribbon for y'all, for my people who purchased these, and die cutting designer paper and all the stuff. So we die cut, punch, and emboss for these meeting make and takes. And then we have our gathering. We do recognition. It's just a lot of perks. Of course, you get a discount on all of your purchases with Stampin' Up. Every purchase you make gets a discount while you're active. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say, but if y'all have any questions, let me know. And tons of people have taken advantage of this and joined my team this month, and we're having a great time. So, and there's no pressure, by the way. Some of the people that have joined, I haven't heard back from. I'm like, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Not a peep, which is completely allowed. You can join and you will receive like some emails from me. Welcome. Here's the team meeting, blah, blah, blah. But you can ignore it. You can unsubscribe. You can do all this stuff. So you're not forced to communicate or even ever place an order at your discount. So there we go. Carmen, good morning. Marilyn, good morning. Terry, thanks for sharing. And good morning. Cindy, thanks for, oh yeah, I said Cindy because I said there's two Cindys. Wendy Woodhouse, good afternoon in the UK. Wendy, are you friends with Xana? Where's Xana? Okay, so there's that. Next up is my monthly ordering special. So every month I have an ordering special for you guys. Of course, this one ends in 2 days as well. When you place your online order with me with the monthly host code, and it is $25 or more with the host code, you get a free class packet. These are some of the cards that the cat was batting all over the table earlier. I'll put the camera down and show them in a second. But so you get the class packet mailed to you next month to make all 4 cards. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible. 50 or more, you're also going to receive the free Adhesive Backed Dappled Dots. And then I started a special yesterday to end out the month strong for me, to meet my goals. And you are going to receive 10 free card samples. And that's what's scrolling across the screen at the bottom right now. If your order is 75 or more. So 75 gets you the class packet, of course, PDF tutorial, dappled dots, and 10 free card samples. And then you get 5 more for each additional $25 spent. Those are for orders placed today or yesterday, today, and tomorrow only. The extra special is the cards. Anyway, y'all know. And make sure you use the host code unless your order goes over 150, and then you don't have to use the host code. You're going to get additional free product from Stampin' Up in Stampin' Rewards, and I'll still give you all the stuff. Okay, so if you have any questions on any of this stuff, let me know. Hey, good morning, Oma and Amy. Good morning. Okay, so let me, I'm going to point the camera down, and I'll show you those cards in real life, and then I think we'll be ready to get started with our cards. Oh, let's do it a fancy way. I'm going to check my graphics real quick. These are the 4 cards that, yeah, I'm good. Okay, that are free. It's a class packet, so you'll need to stamp and assemble, of course. I made these in a previous video. You can go back and watch that if you need to. These are the dappled dots. They're so cute. They have like cracked, white paint crack. effect, I guess, on them. They're super cute. And these are the 4 cards. This is the, what did I call it? Let me look at my graphics, sorry. Layers of Beauty bundle. Layers of Beauty bundle. I'll make sure. Yes. Okay, so just a couple days to take advantage of that. All right, so for today's cards, first of all, let me show you this designer paper. Let's just get that out of the way. How did this go crooked? Oh, the cat. She was messing with my camera earlier. This I'm using, actually, let me grab my catalog. The Mediterranean Blooms Sweet. I'm going to look up, I don't think we have a sweet index, but we have a stamp index, and it's called Citrus Blooms. Citrus Blooms, page 35. I'm using this sweet, except I think not the, the embellishments are temporarily unavailable, so I substituted. This is my stamp stack for the month, by the way, for June. Okay, this is the Citrus, or the Mediterranean Blooms Sweet collection. So there's designer paper, stamp set, dies, and this embellishment, which is temporarily unavailable. So there it is, page 35. This is what I'm using for these projects. And this Citrus, or Mediterranean Blooms 12 by 12 designer paper is gorgeous. I like both sides, the fruit side, which I guess is Mediterranean, and the Mediterranean sort of tile side. So I'm gonna, I believe I've shown this on other videos. I'm gonna go through it kind of quick, but we have sides with oranges and lemons, realistic, like really art. This is like, you know, you go to a paint class in the 80s to paint fruit, boom, that kind of fruit with leaves, with little flowers, I guess lemon, or maybe both of them. These kind of plants have little flowers. They're all yellow on here. So there's that. These ones are overlapping, not really for hand cutting out. Then this is my favorite pattern of the pattern ones of this set. It's literally like Mediterranean tiles with just blues. Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, Balmy Blue, all the blues. Then there's this one. So there's more small format, just lemons only. They're kind of in a diagonal pattern if you really look at it. But also it's just covered with lemons that are overlapping and the little flowers and the green leaves, like garden green. And then just this little pattern on the back. It's Night of Navy with little white flowers inside little tiny triangles. Little tiny, evenly spaced, they're more like computer generated flowers instead of the paintings like the lemons. Okay, then we have this one. It is, I guess, the flowers, that the blooms from your lemon or orange plants, just really small format, sort of a off-white background, and then green and yellow, green leaves, yellow flowers all over, but they're tiny. Then the back, we have another nice tile or ceiling or whatever kind of pattern in all the blues. It's got scallops and the little medallions, and it's a evenly distributed pattern. It reminds, let me read this. It reminds me of beach towns off the coast of Spain. The houses have cobalt blue and white tile decorations. There we go. Everybody, there's a better description, what Darlin said. Yes, Shannon, love yellow and navy together. I know. And orange. When you see these cards, I'm like, I don't use orange enough. Orange, yellow, navy, and green. Boom. It's a great combo. Hey, darling, by the way, good morning. Linda, love the DSP. Yes. Sandra in Germany, late afternoon over here. Good afternoon, Sandra. Uh-oh. Yes, Marianne, thank you. Hey, Ro. Good. I'm glad you made it early. Marcella in Orlando, Florida. My favorite place to go on vacation. I'll be going there next May for Disney. You probably don't like Disney if you live there, but anyway. Okay, here's another one. Just navy with a tiny little sort of, I don't know what you call that, fleur, but super tiny fleur kind of pattern on it. And then the back is like the medium-sized lemon painted lemons. Can't talk, but these are oranges. So they're kind of, again, in a pattern, in rows. You can kind of see it's like they cut and pasted the piece of art right here. Anyway, super pretty. Real tight, smaller. Okay, then you're going to have these last two designs. These are different. This is not the back of this one. But you'll have a sheet of lemons you can die cut out and a sheet of oranges you can die cut out. So that's awesome. These fit the dies. There's two different dies, which I'll be showing more detailed in a minute. But, oh, actually, that's a lie. Oh, I forgot. There's no die for the lemons. I thought there was yesterday when I was designing, or whenever it was, and then I realized I was wrong. Because the stamp set is oranges, citrus. Well, they're both citrus, but it's oranges. So you could die cut out both different shapes of the oranges. The lemons would be hand cut out, but they're designed the same, where there's space between them so you can hand cut them out. Okay, so anyway, but basically same design. One has all lemons, one has all oranges. And it's got the leaves and the flowers. It's, you know, super detailed, and it looks like someone painted it. And then on the back of the lemon one, another tile, you know, smaller format tile kind of pattern. And the back of the orange one, let's see. Oh, yep, yet another pattern. Okay, so there we go. Now, in this class, by the way, so this is a class that I am offering in June, or join the club. Either way, you're going to get half a pack of this designer paper. So you'll cut that up yourself, and I'll be cutting from my paper here today to get some oranges. I can't remember if I'm doing both, but anyway, I'll be cutting from that today as well, as if I was taking the class. Okay, here's the bundle. This is a red rubber stamp set. You see the images. Oh yeah, they're way bigger in real life than pictured on the front of this stamp case. You'll see it, of course, when I stamp them today. And anyway, so the images are, there's a large, let me grab the stamps. Ah, my phone gave us some kind of notification. A large image with, it's like a, where you break off a branch from a tree, or not a branch, but a little section at the end. So you got the stick coming up out of the orange, some leaves coming off of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 leaves, 2 flowers, 2 little buds, and 1 single orange. Lots of detail drawn on these little dots on the orange to make that texture pattern. All the details drawn, but you still probably most of the time are going to want to color it in. Then there's a bigger one that has 3 oranges, more leaves, more flowers, more buds, all the stuff. Let me show you the real size. So there's that one. Of course, obviously I'll be using those today. Then we have a little patterny background. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little diamonds that are made out of 4 little images and a dot in the center. Pattern background. 2 small of the same type of flowers that grow on this plant. One's a little bigger than the other one. So 2 different sizes there. They're outlined so you can color them in. And then greetings. You get 4 greetings with this set. A real pretty, like, I can't think of the word. Fancy, though. There's another word I'm looking for, but I lost it. Cursive. Hello, all the love. You're the best kind of person. And then just checking in is a smaller font, all caps print. Really skinny print. You're the best kind of person is mixed fonts, the 2. Okay, so there's the stamp set. Now these dies are awesome. So we have on this page right here, there's 2 sheets. On this sheet, there's 3 dies. So there's this one, which is honestly the only reason I bought the bundle in the first place, was to get this die. And I used it on the last card that I'm not making today, but it just makes this big pierced, almost full front of a card size rectangle that you can cut anything out of for any project you're doing, and it'll look amazing. It'll be great in scrapbooking as well, all the stuff. And it's the corners have like 3 little scallops on all 4 corners. So there's that. Then there's this frame, which I will be using, I think on card 1 today. So it does cut out the frame. So like if you'll see it on my card, but you take a 8.5, I mean, you take any size paper, and it's very large, and cut it out, there'll be a hole in the paper, and then all of these leaves. So it's like a vine, not a vine, a leafy frame. I can't think of the right word. Foliage frame. It's 3.5 wide by 4 7/8 tall. And then there's this die right here, which is just a bunch of a bunch of leaves, like a section of these leaves. I can't think of the right word. And this is what it looks like. I die cut it out to see if I could use it on any of my cards, and I didn't end up using it. But that is what it looks like. Of course, both of these, the frame and this one, when you cut them out, it cuts little slits in the leaves. So it's a lot of detail. Okay, so that's just one sheet. There's 15 dies in here. Then you can, there's 2 for each size small flower, 2 of this one and 2 of this one. There are standalone sprigs with leaves. There's 4. I didn't use these. They are, I think they're all different. Yeah, 4 different ones, different little sizes and amount of leaves there. There are these solid dies that cut out 3 really small flowers each. So there's 2 of those, so that's 6. And then of course there's this die, these dies that cuts out the stamped oranges. Okay, so that is the bundle. I'm going to leave these dies out because my customers are going to need that for the in-person class, and I have my in-person, like, what do you call it, little tub ready to go for this class. There's the stamp set, and let's get started on stamping. Let me put these dies back where they belong on my little magnet sheet. And then here, I think, are most of the supplies they're going to need. I'm in the middle of prepping for 2 different classes, so I've got myself sticky notes of things I need to add back in and all the stuff. Anyway, we are going to use some blends. I've got a guide here for stamping for the class, and all my stamps and inks and everything. Okay, so card number 1. Card 1. And honestly, the way I have prepped for this video, if I'm missing something, you won't be missing it in your packet, but I was in a big rush, and I did this, not Landa, so I might be missing something, but we shall see. So card number 1 here, you will make 2. This is the Stamp-A-Stack for June, so you can register for that at 1 p.m. Central today, or June 1st when that email goes out, or join the club right now. Just go to my blog, click subscription club info, and join. Yes, Cindy, I agree. All the papers are gorgeous. Cute. Kind of looks like daffodils mixed in. Ooh, Becky says kind of looks like daffodils mixed in. I'm not in case you don't know me, I don't know the names of flowers and plants. Marcella, good morning. Oh, yes, we said. And Ramona liked the stamp set and shared the video. Thank you. Okay, 5.5 inches by 8.5. It's just an 8.5 by 11 piece of basic white cardstock cut in half. That'll be our card base. This will be a portrait card, so straight up and down. And then the other pieces, they will be in a clear envelope like this. But we don't cut your designer paper, so you will have to cut your own designer paper. I'm trying to think if anything else will be different, but that's pretty much, we don't cut your designer paper. The rest of this should be cut. You'll only have 1 tag per card, but what I want to show you, there's something I want to show you on those tags. Okay, so you're going to cut this designer paper. I have all the measurements for today's cards. They will be on my blog, which will scroll across the screen here in a second, right there, stamptherapist.com. At 11 a.m. Central, I will post the measurements to these 3 cards. But anyway, you're going to cut your own designer paper. This is one of the Night of Navy patterns with the little tiny white pattern. Night of Navy background with tiny white pattern all over it. It's the back of the tight oranges. So you're going to cut that yourself. Then we'll cut you this piece of balmy blue. And this is that frame. We will die cut that for you. You'll probably need to poke out possibly even more pieces than this. Each time we die cut, different things fall out. It has a mind of its own, but we won't be like purposely poking all this out for you, because then we'll be cutting for 20 hours. And hopefully Landa's hearing what I'm saying. But once you poke everything out, it looks like this. So as you can see, it makes that shape. I believe you can also, this cat is on something today. Oh, goodness. I believe you can also cut at the same time, which is not what I wanted to do for this card. Oh my gosh, you can't be up here right now. It's just in the middle of everything. You can die cut both of these at the same time, the frame one, and then that would be cut out. I didn't want it that way, but you can. So, as I mentioned before, it cuts a hole in the middle of your paper. Otherwise, always miss pieces when I poke that stuff out. So there we go. And the balmy blue will be going behind that. So there we go. Yes, you can cut both at the same time and get that effect as well. Okay. Then where's my card sample? Greeting is going to go on this shape right here. So what I'm going to try to show you, these are cut from two different things. The top one is a die, and you can see there's a little bit of a beveled edge or an embossed edge. This is the punch. So this is one of the two that we currently have this option in our big catalog. Also in the online store, of course, because that's where everything is. Where did I put the punch? Where did I put it? I don't know. Let me think. I don't know where I put the punch. It might, it's probably over there in my camp projects tubs. I think that's where it is. So imagine, y'all know what a punch looks like. This is not it. A punch that would cut out this shape. So you can do the punch. You can buy the punch. You can buy the punch bundle. Or I did pull the dies. So it's one punch for the same price, or you can get 3 dies. I got both, of course, because please, I'm extra. Labeled with love dies, labeled with love punch, labeled with love bundle. There is a stamp set bundled with it. So you can get 3 dies, 1 punch, or both if you're like me. Great thing to put on your 125 in free merchandise here, because it's basically 125 free if you do the math through tomorrow. Okay, I hope I explained that well. Oh, Marcia, yes. She said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up next to live chat. Yes, please. That's on YouTube. And Linda said, oh, baby wanted to help get the itty bitty papers. Yeah, she did. Okay, so yeah, there we go. But there is that small difference on if you use the die, you get that little beveled edge. I don't know which we'll be doing for you. Probably punching. We're going to pre-do it for you, and it'll probably be punching because that's faster when you're prepping for a big class. Okay, now stamping. What are we going to stamp on this? This card, we're going to stamp the greeting. I put, you're the best kind of person. So that one is stacked, so it's not long and skinny, and it will fit in this label, which, by the way, I forgot to give measurements. It's about 2 3/8 by 1 1/4. It's a rectangle, and the corners are sort of like ticket punched out, and the 2 ends are rounded a little bit for my blind customers. Okay. We're going to use only 3 inks for this class: Night of Navy, Lemon Lolly, and Memento Black. So I'm going to use Night of Navy I think on all of the greetings, which makes them for an in-person class interchangeable, which is nice. At home, you can do whatever the heck you want with your own stamps. So I just put "You're the best kind of person," United Navy, on that white label. Boom. Love the font, so pretty. And then for this card, I need a lemon. So I'm going to go to this designer paper. Don't forget you're making 2 of each card in class. But grab my scissors. I did use, so there's these images. They have 1 lemon or 2 lemons. I wanted the one with 2 lemons. So I'm going to go for this one here. And you do have to hand cut it out. And it is kind of detailed. So FYI. Let me get my glasses. So I'm going to leave a white border. I wasn't really giving a good example of this, but I'm going to try not to be cutting like this, because that gives you jagged cuts. I'm trying to open my scissors real big and cut for as long as I can before opening them back up to get these long, smooth cuts. And I'm moving the paper with one hand and cutting, or moving the scissors with moving the blade with the other. I'm not turning it. Scissors are stationary. You do need good lighting for this because these flowers are super light. They're like almost as, they don't look like it here, but when you're hand cutting them out, they're almost as light as the background paper, which is like an off-white. It's almost like a textured, even though it's flat, it looks textured, that background. It's really pretty. And then you're cutting around the flowers, the buds, the leaves, the lemons. So it is pretty detailed, I will admit that. But the result is really cool, and that gives you lemons instead of oranges. So you have variety in this stamp set, or in this suite, I should say. Let me see these comments. Hey, Cindy. Good morning to you. Cindy is one of our very common names. And I always think my name is common because when I was in school, it was extremely common. I hated it. Like everybody's named Jennifer. The stupidest name. Sorry if your child is named Jennifer, but I like it. It's fine now. Didn't like it then. You go down the hallway and everybody, or you'd always hear someone yelling out Jennifer. And it would never be me. Some other Jennifer. And I'm still shy, but I was very shy, so that didn't help. All right, so you just almost slipped, whatever. I thought that leaf was not part of this. Almost cut it off. Anyway, just hand cut this out like that. That's approximately how it will look. Don't stress if it's not perfect. Nobody's going to notice, and it'll have all this background to distract it anyway. Okay, so we need all that. You're also going to get with this class some ribbon. This is the Night of Navy glittered ribbon. It's got gold. Okay, it's a lot prettier in person. There we go. Gold glitter all over it. This glitter does shed a little. It's not horrible, but I would tie the bow off, not right over my project, like over the floor. Okay, so what I did, I'm going to check myself here. Yep, I played around with whether I should put this frame on dimensionals, and I personally decided not to. I'm just going to grab my silicone craft sheet here and my Stampin' Seal and use regular adhesive. The silicone just keeps any excess adhesive when I'm close to the edges here. It keeps it off of my table, scratch paper, glass mat, foam Stampin' Pierce mat, whatever it is. Okay, and actually I'm just going to, so I put the adhesive on there. I'm just going to stick this balmy blue on here from the back so I can see that I've covered up the opening and I have a little white edge, but it doesn't need to be perfect because this is what shows. So we did that. Then this is going to be on top of the designer paper, which again, measurements on the blog, but this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's slightly larger than the white paper here. And I did toy with this over and over. Should I just put navy back there? And I held the samples back and forth and all, but even though that pattern barely shows, I just really liked how that pattern showed. So yes, Sue, she says she needs more paper. Exactly. I really like how this shows. Now, what I secretly privately did on my original sample is I used my paper trimmer and I cut out the middle part. You could also die cut something out. I checked. I was afraid this would be too tight. If I die cut this out, I was afraid my edges wouldn't be covered. But if you have a slightly smaller die cut, whatever. The point is you're hiding a lot of designer paper there. You could cut that out first before covering it up like that. Okay, so anyway, we have that. This goes on the front of the card base. This, I don't know. I was going to say this might be the simplest card, but like looks wise, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Trying to center this, I kind of stuck it down too quick. It'll be a tiny white border around the edges. Okay, there we go. Then I also placed the lemons flat. They're designer paper lemons. Just put some adhesive on the back. And they're going to be up here in the top left corner. This is a portrait shaped card. Kind of the little stick thing is coming. I have it a little lower on my sample actually. The little stick that from the tree is starting in the top left corner. Something like that. That's approximate. Then I did do Stampin' Dimensionals on my greeting. I have my mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I'll just put 4 on here. Uh-oh. Heavy rain. Oh, Mansfield. Linda, I thought it said Midlothian. I'm like, I don't even hear it. I forgot to tell y'all we might get rain. They said between 10 and 11, but it's almost 10. Darn. And sometimes when it rains at my house, we lose internet. Knock on wood, we won't. Okay, so I'm just going to put this greeting down here, bottom right. It'll cover up some of the lemon stuff. That's how I want it. I'm going to do an embellishment as well, but let me tie my bow first. So I will just tie it right here. This is, you'll get, I forget how much ribbon, a half or a full roll. I can't remember. But whatever, even if it's half, leave it attached is my recommendation. Do a bunny ears bow, unless you know how to make a better one, because a lot of y'all do. 2 bunny ears. It's attached to the roll still or the partial. Lots of space in between. The tail on one side. Each ear is in a different hand. And the way I'm holding it, my fingers are all pointing at me and the ribbon is flat. It's never been twisted and turned like this as I did this. Lots of space in between is important so you can cross it over and still have a hole to stick that bow down inside, or the loop, I should say. And also this ribbon's kind of sticky, literally. Like it's not horrible by any means, but it is kind of sticky. I think it's partial. I think it's all actually, whatever's sticking this glitter on here. So all that means is it might be a little, give you a tiny bit of resistance when you pull it like I am right now to either make the loops bigger or smaller. It's not horrible. You can work with it. This ribbon's been around for a while. I'm sure you guys have it and have used it. It's so gorgeous though. But anyway, it gives you that little bit of a resistance. And that's how you make a bunny ears bow. Then you'll have 0 waste on this one side that was attached, and then you can fix the other side to match if needed. And there we go. Hey, Elaine, good morning. Okay, Linda's not far from me, y'all, and she's got loud thunder, rain in Coppell, Mary Ann, sunny and 70s in Virginia for once. Should be outside, but of course I'm up here They're obsessed learning a card technique. Becky, I'm with you. I never go out and enjoy the weather. That's for suckers. Just kidding. But I am with you. I definitely would rather be inside stamping. Mini glue dots for my ribbon. Just peel this back, fold it down. You'll reveal one dot. Stick the bow on the dot and pull it off. Okay, I tried the bow up here. I did not like it. I ended up putting the bow down on the top left corner of my greeting. It is a sheer ribbon, so you actually can kind of see the words through it as well. Although my bow looks completely different on the other card. Whatever, I'll show you. And then you're going to get, I believe, half a pack of these iridescent foil gems with your class fee. And so we're going to put some of those on there. I'm just going to leave this math information, this equation we did earlier for everybody to make sure they get out their calculators and do the math. I'm going to put, there's a large and a small in these iridescent foil gems in the pack. I'm going to put a large down in the bottom right corner of the white section of the frame and a small. I don't like to press these down hard until I'm sure of the placement. That's why I can move them the way I am. Also, that's why that one moved. And then one small one down here next to the word of. Okay, they look good. Okay, that's card number 1. Now, another thing you might do to this, which I don't have in my class, is add Wink of Stella to the lemons. That would be really pretty. Here's the other card. The bow just turned out completely different, whatever reason. Cold in northern Idaho. What the heck? So cold it froze all your plants. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, sorry about your plants, but second of all, it's still cold in parts of the country. This is the one you have a chance to win on by commenting on the video today, this card right here. Sorry, Ro. The heck? I honestly didn't know it was still raining in parts. Okay. That's not it. The next card, card number 2, card 2, has a Knight of Navy base. So this one I need to score. And you will score yours. I'll figure out where to put this stuff because I'm going to need it again. You will score your paper for this card. It's super easy. It'll be in your PDF tutorial, and now you have this video. Oh, thank you, Becky. Thank you. Thanks, Jackie and Amy. Glad y'all like the... Oh, I just heard thunder. Let me stamp faster. Okay. I guess the weatherman was actually right on time because he said between 10 and 11. And it's 10, what? 03. Okay, I'm going to measure this on my sample. This is a real simple card. We're going to score it at 1 1/4. It's 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to score it at 1 1/4. Ah! Oh, I put my elbow into the computer right there. That hurt. 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. I'm not used to scoring right here. I just like did that, and my computer is on a stand right over here. Okay, so 4 1/4, 1 1/4. Easy. This is just a quick little fun fold. Similar to a V fold, although I am going to glue this down, but it's an exact measurement instead of just folding it in half. Okay, so fold it in half on that middle score mark, and then fold the 1 1/4 backwards, so the front, so it comes back. And I use the bone folder to reinforce that. This will be a portrait direction. And what will be in your packet for this one are these 2 pieces here. You'll cut your own designer paper. Yeah, so you're going to have this label from the Nested Essentials dies. I have the measurements of this one on the blog post at 11, and it, I believe, is the 3rd from the largest shape here. This is the rounded corners, pierced rectangles from Nested Essentials dies. Oh, am I going to make this card? Yes, the next card I'm making, we have some dies that sold out, as far as I know, yesterday. Let me make sure they're still sold out. I don't think they're coming back, but Come on, light. Yep, they're gone. So these are not online exclusives, I don't think. But when I tell y'all something is while supplies last, it's these radiating stitches. Take it serious. These are gone. You cannot buy these anymore. And they don't warn us, and they told us they're not going to warn us. They told us this from literally day one. But I was still shocked when those were not available yesterday. Let's see. North Carolina. Oh, hospital today. Oh no. So sorry about your mom. She says, please, let me read correctly. Mother fell and broke her shoulder and pelvis. Ouch. Please remember her in your prayers. That's for Janet. Need to come back, Marianne? What happened? Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Becky. Thanks, Cindy. Freeze warning in Minnesota. Oh my goodness. What's going on? Okay. So you're going to have the white piece. This is going to go inside the card. You're going to have your little label for your greeting, and then you're going to cut these pieces of designer paper. This piece here for the front, this is the one, it's just off-white background with little green and yellow flowers all over. That'll be on the front section here on the left underneath this flap, and you'll cut two the exact same size, two strips to go on that folded over flap, and then the section next to that that's actually on the inside of the card. Stamping. So I'm giving my in-person people a couple of options on words. So I have a few words from throughout the year mounted for my in-person class. But I'll show you what I put on here. So here's, well, I'll show that later. Where is it? Sorry, let me organize myself real quick. I'm going to need a set of oranges for this. I'm going to grab them now from my designer paper so that I can cover this designer paper up on my table here. I'm cutting out the bunch. Oh, I forgot I'm going to need two. I need one of 3 oranges and one of 1 orange. Okay, so I need those 2. Now I can set something back over here on my supplies. Okay, so what I'm stamping is the word hello and the word just checking in on this card, on this label. So this label will be in a horizontal pattern or shape layout, even though the card is the other direction. Horizontal. And at the bottom of it, I'm going to stamp just checking in Night of Navy ink. And then on the above just checking in, like right above it, over to the left, I'm going to stamp hello, which is in cursive. So it's going to look like that. So you can combine those, obviously, for other projects or leave them separate. And then I'll show you, I have thank you as an option for this card for my in-person people. And obviously, I know when you're making these at home, you can do anything you want. Oh, and then you're going to have a scrap of basic white in your class packet about this size. And for a couple of our cards, you're going to need oranges. So those will get stamped on there. For this card, you need 2 of the larger flower. This little single flower. You need 2. So you'll stamp those on that scrap and die cut them out. So I'm going to grab a different scrap for my demo today. Memento black ink. Each card needs 2. That's why there's 4 on here, but I'm making only 1 card right now. So I'm just going to stamp 2. I would, from this sheet or this one, loosely cut these apart and then die cut them out. And don't worry, I'm going to color in some oranges on the next card, the last one. Side note. Okay, so let me die cut all this stuff out. Oh, I forgot my customers are going to need that flower die. It does come with 2, like I said, which is awesome. That allows you to save time. Grab my die cut machine. Okay, Stampin' Cut and emboss machine. Technically, I can cut all of this at one time. I'm going to use some of my Post-it tape. Got this over in my Amazon store. For sure for these oranges, we'll see about the flowers, but just in case, because I've got, for me, the more stuff I put on here, especially down here closer to my body, the more chance of it moving, shifting. But obviously I'm just aligning the stamped image with, or the, in this case, designer paper image with the die. I have to really concentrate. Nobody talk. And then there is, I think it's this one. There's one little flower that's more flourishy. One little petal, I should say. And that should be this one, I think. When you look at the die, you can see the little, it's a little more, whatever. That's an easy way to align this. Because y'all know how it is when flowers are, you know, it's hard to find the exact petals. Even though I gave you all that tip, now I'm confusing myself. There's the flourishing one. Okay. The heck? Should have pre-die cut these out. There it is. Okay. I did all that on my machine, so I don't now have to pick it up and everything falls apart. I do have a clear cutting plate somewhere. And I'm gonna, uh-oh, the crap. My iPad. Am I still live? Is Post-it tape better than washi tape? I don't know. Sometimes washi tape tears my paper. I can't remember, honestly, if I hardly ever use the tape, period. But when I made these samples, I was having trouble, so I started, and it's easy to align. I just kept bumping things. So I got this back out, and like right now, I'm having zero trouble peeling this off. To me, the answer to your question would be which one peels off, like holds it, but peels off the easiest. I think this would be better, but maybe you have washi tape that doesn't rip your stuff, you know? So I don't know, Amy. It's kind of personal preference. There's always people that prefer, in this case, for these kind of things, blank over blank, if that makes sense. Ellen does Post-it tape. Thank you, Ellen. If anyone else, the thin Post-it. Oh, Marianne says they have thin Post-it tape. Okay, I got to check that out, Marianne. Oh, I'm not up on all these things that are available. If Stampin' Up doesn't sell it, I barely know about it. Okay, there we go. Now let me just color in these flowers real quick. I'm going to use Stampin' Blends. They're alcohol-based, stamped in a water-based ink, so that's a perfect match. I'm going to take dark Daffodil Delight and go in with the center and then trace these little detail lines on the petals with dark. And then I'll just color over everything with light, Daffodil Delight. Super simple coloring here. These are called blender pens because this ink actually blends together. You can blend even non-matching colors like yellow and red or whatever. You can color as long as you want, and it will not get oversaturated. It does bleed through to the back side. They dry out fast because they're alcohol based like a Sharpie. So put the lid on as soon as you're done. You can use the brush tip or the fine point, but I prefer the fine point most of the times just because of my skill level is not that good. And there you go. Post-it tape appears to be the winner. Thank you, Amy, for taking that poll. And if y'all are interested, go to stamптherapist.com, click Amazon, and I'll make like 5 cents if you buy it from that link, but you'll pay the same. I'll make actually, I think I'll make 1 cent, but you know, every penny does add up, right? Even if you just go and get my link and then also search after you get the link for the skinny one like Marianne was talking about, that still helps me. So there you go. It's under Jennifer's favorites, I believe. Okay, so I attached that designer paper to the front left. Hold on, let me check this. Okay, yes. Now I'm going to attach the other 2 strips of designer paper to the 2 strips here on the card. So this folded back strip is the same exact size as the section to the right. It gives you a nice like 1/8 inch border all the way around. If you'll just keep this really flat when you're placing this third one down, that gives you that visual of where to center this one. About an 1/8 inch border around all 3 of these pieces, approximately. Now, when I make this kind of card, and other people too, sometimes we leave it where you can open it like this, and sometimes we glue this down. And today I'm going to glue it down, this flap. So I'm just on the back of the flap, just going to place adhesive, place it down. Then my bunch of 3 oranges is going to go on here with Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, let me just put this white on the inside. If you were going to stamp this, which I'm not, you should stamp it before you glue it down. But this white is the same exact size as the designer paper on the front. And that goes on the inside. And again, it has an 1/8 inch border around all 4 sides. That's, of course, where you can write your note. Okay, so now I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals to the larger piece of oranges. Amy's laughing at me. Yes, I need my pennies. Okay, so I did way less dimensionals than probably all of you would do, but that's okay. This orange bunch is going to go in this top left corner. Make sure you pay attention and don't have these leaves hanging over the edges, or else it won't fit in your envelopes properly. Then my greeting is also going to go on dimensionals. However, this greeting is going to be tucked under the oranges a little bit. It is going to hang over to the right where there's a flap. So you do not want any adhesive on this part of the greeting, the right section that's going to hang over. So how I do that is I flip this upside down. Oh my goodness. I flip the label upside down, put it back where I want it, and now I can see where the dimensionals go so that they're not too far to the right. So I'll put about 4 on the left there. And luckily, I didn't put those dimensionals too far down on the orange because I forgot. You need to say you want to tuck them under and have the orange and flowers image come down almost to touch the word hello to fill in that space. Then these 2 little flowers, just get a dimensional on each one. Don't forget, join my club, join my club. Make these cards, get a gift. Get a really useful gift this month, let me just say. And Karen it's a lot of work for her, what she's doing, but it's going to be a really useful gift for my club members this month. And you can cancel at any time. Where'd I put those? Right here. Okay, so there's that. Actually, what I want to do next. This orange right here, you're like, what is that for? I'm going to make it flat. It's the single, and it's going to go on the inside on this white section. I don't want it to show on the front. I didn't like how that looked, so make sure you keep it over here to the left. I put it at the top of the white piece with the stick on the top right. So it's angled, you know. So you open it up and you actually have something on the inside, unlike my normal cards. We're going to put a bow on here and some gems. So let me do the gems first. These are, again, the iridescent foil gems. I'm going to put 2 small ones in the middle of these little flowers that I stamped and colored in, which looks really nice. And then 3 large ones down here on the bottom left in a row versus the random pattern I usually do. So they're aligned along the left side here. I don't think this is supposed to be severe weather, but I guess I have the TV on if something happens. Okay, so just real quick and easy, align those 3 there. What is wrong with me today? Okay, let's do a bow and this card will be finished. See, Sherry, I agree. I would not have put these colors together. Maybe we've put them together in the past, you know, with some other designer paper or whatever. If so, I forgot about it. I wouldn't have naturally, but I was like loving orange and navy and yellow so much when I made these cards. Here, by the way, is the thank you option sample. Okay, I'm gonna do a quicker bunny ears bow since I demoed that already. And then this card will be finished. Again, this ribbon is kind of sticky, so just gives you a tiny bit more of a challenge when you're adjusting the size of your loops. Okay. And glue dot. So this bow I am putting at the top of the stem, or a little bit below the top of the stem of the oranges. So there is that finished card. I just think this paper and colors, like y'all said, the colors are so good. Made a better bow on the first one. Who knows what my deal is with bows. Thank you, Della. Thanks, Janet. She says this screams summer. That's so true. Some fruit. Yes. Okay, card number 2. Comment on this video if you want a chance to win those. Even if you're checking this out on replay, you still have a chance. This is card number 3. And I'll show you card number 4 that I just not going to make today, but I'll show you the 4th one. This is my Stampin' Stack class for June 2024. So you can still sign up for it. Plenty of time right now, but the deadline, that's what it was. The deadline is June 9th, which is the same deadline as, I think, the retreat in a box. Okay, so I have a basic white card base. I'm going to fold it in half with my bone folder. This will be a landscape direction card. Let me set that aside. And then you'll have a layer of Night of Navy cardstock. And then the next layer is, basic white embossed with the cane weave embossing folder. Love this folder. Marsha, I'm surprised you're just now saying, oh no, fussy cutting. Yeah, there's fussy cutting. Only on, I can't remember. Where's my 4th card? I lost it. Oh. Yeah, only on that one card though for my class. Only on the one. Okay, so we have the navy and the cane weave white. We have this retired nested essentials dies. I'm sorry, wrong. Radiating stitches dies. These are retired as of, at least when I saw it was yesterday. They're gone. No longer available. I apologize, but we're still going to use it in the class because I already designed it. Just know that you cannot buy it. We're also going to use our scraps for oranges. We need the single orange for this card. So there's 2 here because you're making, I'm going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's too many flowers. But anyway, there's 2 here because you're making 2 cards in my class. I'm just making 1 card today. And then you're going to cut these little strips of your designer paper. We have a strip of the small yellow flowers, a strip of the close together oranges, and this blue pattern, which I think, yeah, same pattern as card number 1, is it? No, maybe not. No, it's different. It's got little flowers on it. Navy with white flowers. I'll have the measurements on the blog. Of course, if you take the class, you get the full PDF with all the measurements. Okay, for this card, I'm going to stamp. Actually, I'm going to, oh, I do need a flower on this card. Okay, I didn't mess that up. All right, I'm going to stamp a bunch of stuff. First, let me do this greeting. Knight of Navy. This card is going to say, all the love. But I do have some alternate greetings, like I said, for my in-person people. All the love, bottom right of this label. The card is landscape. The label is also landscape because it's a rectangle. Bottom right, all the love in Knight of Navy. And then I'm going to take that background image, which is little triangle patterns. It's like you can use it as a background, but it's a very exact pattern. This, by the way, is wrong. Never press that hard into your ink pad. I didn't do this. This is the confetti stamp that we sell. If you see the image that you just inked up in your stamps, you pressed way too hard. And all the ink, through force of physics, got pushed off of your ink, your stamp. But anyway, tap, 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 nice and gentle. Don't see the image. Lemon Lolly ink. I can't remember if I stamped off though. Hold on, let me check. Okay, I think I did not stamp off. So ink it up, stamp it up here in the top right corner, and then move it down a couple of times. Stamp it about 2 more times. It's very light. I'm going to stamp off and add a little bit more. So it's just like a little, stuff up there in the corner because that's going to be the blank part of this label. So to fill it in, just like you would do a splatter or whatever else. And then there's that. And then on our scrap of white, which I need a bigger one here, I'm going to stamp the single orange. Let me get these out because we're going to use them anyway. This is a regular Memento ink pad, so you can press hard. You should press kind of hard on it. It's firm. It's not like our foam pads. And then nice and firm down there for a few seconds. Get your image. And then this card does have 1 flower on it, that large flower. It's small but large. One of those. I need that as well. Okay. I'm going to loosely cut these apart, die cut them out, and then we'll color. I won't cut it on, like I won't bring the machine back over here. Please forget when I move the camera, always. just to save y'all time, because you just saw me die cutting a minute ago, and it's pretty much the same images. Grab my glasses. Dies I'm gonna need, and I'm gonna just step right back here and die cut. Thank you, Karen. Good to see you, Karen. Diane loves the sweet and card. Thank you, Diane. The bundle isn't your thing, Lori. Oh, but cutting, yeah, that's such a good point. So Lori said the bundle's not her thing, but she can still make very similar cards just by having the designer paper only. So true. Okay, I'll remember the flower, so I got to find the little swirly thing. And align, make sure I'm aligning this flower good before I cut, which I'm not for some reason. Okay, then I'll do my orange. And here we go. Okay, let's see. I didn't do the tape. I took a chance. Came out good, so it's fine. I don't normally use the tape, and it's nothing wrong with the tape. I just normally can do it without. I was having some issues the other day. I think it was all me, but you know, it's fine. Happens sometimes. Okay. Now, Stampin' Blends. Do the flower, this little flower, exactly like the first one. Oh, I did die cut this one a little better. And then, so that's Daffodil Delight, light and dark. I'm going to color the 2 flowers and 2 buds on this large orange image the same color, I should say. So dark daffodil in the middle, and on these detail lines, Stampin' Up drew, and then I'll go over the whole thing with light. And then there's these smaller buds, so I'm just going to put some dark, for me, at the bottom of the flowers there, and light all over. I'm trying to be quick because why does my iPad This is how I know if I'm still online. Oh my goodness. Question, why do you have tape on the end of your blends? Tony, I will answer that. Sorry. My iPad is not smart. Pages. I need to get back to my video just because I glance up there to make sure I'm still live and all the stuff. Okay. Tony, why do I have tape on the ends of my blends? I do a lot of in-person classes, and with the brush tip end of your blends, you need to color. Y'all may know this. You need to color. You can't just press it down like this, and I'm pressing, because this tip will bend and fray permanently. You need to color like this on the side. The color's great. You get a great coverage. There's no reason to point it straight down and press and fray out this brush. Any brushes that only I have used look like this. Not all my customers understand this concept, and there's a lot of pressing and fraying, and I actually have a sample right here. This is what it ends up looking like after a class. So and that's from pushing it down like this. See how it literally will bend? So you can't use the brush tip end at my classes. I use the brush tip ends. I untape them for myself when needed. I'm working with small areas here today, so it's fine. But that's a class precaution. So if you're a demonstrator and you have had that issue in the past, that is a solution. And by the way, I feel like I can color anything with the bullet point. It just might take a minute longer. Keep thinking I have a loose flower on here. So yeah, that's up with that. So I'm going to do Old Olive next. Dark Old Olive on the veins of these leaves. You could do, obviously, y'all know you can do much more elaborate shadowing and all the stuff. I'm not very good at that. And then I'll go over the whole thing with light. This is Old Olive, yeah. I said that. I ran out of things to say. Let me see these comments. See, not to be, but Rose says, my ladies have yet to listen to me regarding how to use the blends. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a thing. And you know, after a while as a demo, you like, how many blends am I going to replace? Let me just do it this way. I also I do my best to remember to say, these are the colors we're using today. If y'all want to bring your own, of course, I'll supply them though, blah, blah, blah. And some people bring their own and then they are able at a class to use the brush tip as well. This is in-person classes, obviously. But yeah, it's just after, and actually I heard that tip from another demonstrator about taping it up. I was like, oh yeah, that's smart. But yeah, after it happening so many repeated times, even if you've given instructions, it gets old. But you know, related or unrelated side note, I actually do personally prefer coloring with the bullet point. I personally have more control. The image has to be really large for me to even bother with my brush tip. And I do it, but you know, it has to be really large. So, okay, there's all that. Now we got the pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. So I'm just gonna color like a kind of large section, or some kind of large sections on this orange in pumpkin, and it's where all those little black dots are that Stampin' Up drew. And then I'm going to kind of quickly try to go over the whole thing with the light. If you let these blends dry between the layers, they don't blend as well. They do blend better when they're a little wet. So as I'm coloring over that big thing I did in the middle with the light, it's blending it so that it's just not a harsh, dark, you know, weird shape in the middle of the orange. But yet it is still darker. Now with blends, you can go back and you can add more dark, more light. You can just keep on going literally as much and long as you want until you get the effect you're going for. We also have a tool called the color lifter, and you can use that to lighten up an area. Just don't go crazy with it or it'll do it too much. But anyway, it gives you light and dark variations without you having to be an artist, because I'm not artistic at all. Also, Jackie tapes hers too. Woo woo! High five, Jackie. Marianne, I hardly ever use the brush tip. I know, and I feel like we're the weird ones that don't use our brush tip. I don't know why. Like, I have all this tape that I've removed from blends for myself. Because I think it's more common to use the brush tip in general. Anyway, I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, I just naturally just use the fine point more often myself. For I don't know what reason. Part of that's probably because, oh my gosh, the cat just bumped my arm. Did not know she was about to jump up here. Because I'm not artistic. But anyway, this is the bronze blend. You could use also, that's for the stick on here, any of your, you know, darker skin tone ones that we carry as well for that brown. All right, there we go. That's the coloring. See, Cindy doesn't use it often either. Yes. I know, and Margaret, it would be nice if we sold, or like if we could replace the nib. Okay, you gotta get down. We're almost done. Almost done. That would be awesome. I actually tried to replace some with like some I bought off Amazon, but it didn't work for me. But who knows? Like, and that wasn't through Stampin' Up. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying maybe they didn't coordinate well, the one I bought. So yeah, I do just replace them, but it's gotten a lot better since I tape them up. And mine lasts so long as far as drying out. They last a really long time. That part we're good on. Just the fraying people can be rough. Okay, I'm going to attach this white to the Night of Navy. Also, side note, you can use the blends to color embellishments, like even these right here. Like, let me get, I'll do this pumpkin dark so it'll show, hopefully. Any like plastic, metal, this is like a Sharpie, so it'll color on it. You can make them match like that, but use the brush, use the nib, use the fine point, because you will ruin your brush tip, especially if it's like a rhinestone or something with like, pointy edges. You got to use the fine point to do that coloring. So that was just a random side note. Okay, attach that white embossed to the Night of Navy, and then this Night of Navy to the card base. Britt, I know. Ellen uses brush tip mostly. See, you're probably more in the actual majority, Ellen. I bet. When Stampin' Up first started selling blends, I'm gonna add my 3 strips of designer paper now. I watched a ton of videos on just all other brands of alcohol markers, and yeah, they were all using the brush tip. Like, it was never fine point, very rare, So I think that's more common for sure. Okay, so I'm going to put the little flowers paper on here at an angle first, then the navy one at the opposite angle. I'm not pressing hard, so I can still, oh yeah, this is the right one. Adjust these if I want to. And then this piece here, this one has oranges on it at, again, the opposite angle. And just see if they're positioned where you like. Don't press hard so you can reposition. Also, you can place the rectangle in front of it to see, is that going to look cute when it's covered up a little bit? And then at a certain point, you just have to say it's fine, go for it. Okay, I don't like that though. I bumped it. But yeah, this doesn't have to be perfect. I do want to point out my other sample has lemons on it. This sheet of paper, let me find it, in the designer paper has lemons and oranges. And I may have described that wrong earlier. So I forgot. I didn't notice it until I cut the second one. And I was like, did I cut that from the wrong sheet? But it has both. So depending on where you cut it, you'll get a different slice. Okay, this one right here. This is the one I cut up a couple of pieces from for that card. It has lemons and oranges on it. So this one is all oranges, this section I got. The other one is all lemons. So you'll see both. I don't know that it's going to matter that much, like, to be carrying when you make your cards. But anyway. Okay. Let me add this rectangle on with dimensionals. Exactly. Cindy says I don't have much control with the brush tip. And have had it bleed where I wouldn't want several times. That's kind of my issue too. That's why it needs to be a really large area for me personally, because I'm like, I can control this. And yeah, and it honestly, I don't think our blends bleed that bad, but I think we don't know how to control it near the edge, because mine go outside of the lines too. I go to the edge and then it like spreads. I don't know. So yes, I agree with that, Cindy. Wish the set had lemon dyes. Me too, Cindy. Yesterday I was like, or I literally can't remember if I made these yesterday or the day before. I think it was 2 days ago. But I was like looking at the set. I'm like, oh, there's no dies for these. Okay. So the paper is the one giving you the lemon option, not the stamps. Okay, I'm just placed this rectangle on dimensionals right in the middle of this piece here with the designer paper there. The orange, I'm going to add my stamped and colored in orange, which could be designer paper as well. You could totally make this card with only the designer paper. I put adhesive on the back of it, and I'm going to take my Night of Navy ribbon, and I am going to use a lot because I just am. And I'm going to fold it back and forth to go behind the oranges. Usually I'll cheat and use smaller pieces of ribbon for this, but because of these little leaf openings and stuff, I didn't want that to somehow show. So I actually always keep the image facing me. I put the ribbon on from the back so that I can see where I've placed it. How does it look? Is it too high, too low? All the stuff. And so it's just sort of at an angle there behind. If I'm happy with it, I'll trim the end off. And then I can still modify it even after that, although this is fine. I can still rip it off and modify it, because you just can when you do this technique. But I like that, so I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of that and the back of my flower. Y'all, I'm excited. It's almost lunchtime, to be quite honest. Pretty hungry over here today, which is not unusual for me. I'm almost to the end of these blends. Blends. Dimensionals. I still have a few left, but I'll just show you. Of course, I cut these up and use every edge. The minis have a much wider edge on the top and bottom, so keep that in mind. I think of that as a benefit on those dimensionals, because sometimes you can use a thick, strip like that. Okay, so I put a dimensional on the little flower and then the back of this one with the ribbon. We'll just add these and our gems, and this card will be finished. I'll show you the fourth card. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. I'm sure I missed some during that because a lot of the time I was looking down. So this orange is going to go, on the left side of the white label. The flower is just going to kind of go above the word, at the corner, I should say, of the word love. And I was going to just comment that this ribbon is a little bit more of a different angle than my other card, so you'll see, but it's fine. Let me just add the gems and this card will be finished. Now you could color your gems for these cards the way I did, if you're using your own stuff and you want to do that. I'm going to add 3 of these iridescent foil, what are they called? Iridescent foil gems. 1 large and 2 small in the little triangle pattern in this little blank section between the background stamp and the all the love. Actually, might want these a little bit lower. I did not put one. I was just noticing it that I didn't put one on the flower on this card. So you maybe can, but you would need to do the math and make sure you have enough gems left over after you make all your cards from if you're taking the class. So there is card number 3. Thank you, Amy. Thanks, Corinne. Corinne, thanks for sharing, by the way. Marsha, you see, love the colors. This is where I was like, ooh, orange, my new favorite color. Now let me show you this one. So it has the lemons. So you can see, in my opinion, they both look good. Lemons here, oranges here. different angle on the ribbon, which I could have modified that before I glued it down easily. Super easy. Yes, Bonnie, exactly. Thanks, Jackie, Amy, and Cindy. Loving the colors. Yes, Marcia. Thank you, Tony. Okay, so let's pull in all 3 cards that I made today on my screen paper. And then the 4th card from the class. So this is a class you can take in case you've been under a rock during this video and didn't hear that. You can take this class, stamp a stack, 4 cards, 4 designs. Let me say this right. 2 of each, so 8 cards total. This last one, we also did the oranges and colored them, but it's a 3 orange image, and I used that white or that label die, and I embossed the background there, the pumpkin pie. So again, you've got the pumpkin and navy combo and yellow and green combo on this 4th card. That is number 4 in the class. Where should that go? And you can sign up for it at 1 p.m. Central when that email goes out. Scroll to the bottom. You can join the club now. The link for that is in this video description right now in Facebook and YouTube. Side note, don't forget over on the blog at 11 a.m., which is in 10 minutes, 9 minutes, you'll have the recipe cards. You will have the measurements on the blog, as well as on the recipe card, the supply list on the blog, individual pictures of these. You can also join my Facebook VIP group, Jennifer something VIP. Thank you, Amy. And you get updates there as well, and class links and all the stuff in that group. So love all 4, but the second one is your favorite, Anne Margaret. I love it. I'm glad that's your favorite. This was my favorite, the 3rd one that I made, but I like them all, and I love this die so much. This frame die, I guess is the name. I don't know. I love it. Like, I literally bought the set only to get that die, and then I was like, oh, this might make pretty cards. Thanks, Lori, number 4. Tony, thank you. Thank you, Shirley. And Corinne. Navy is, ooh, Lori, navy's one of my all-time favorite colors. Love it. I was like off of navy for a while, like Night of Navy. Literally, I was like, I don't know about you, Night of Navy. But this kind of brought it back for me. I like it again. Thanks, Anne Margaret. Okay, well, hopefully I didn't miss too many comments. I was looking at comments on my last video, and I was like, what the crap? So many things you guys said that I completely missed, and I don't know how, because I know there were other comments before and after that I saw. So I'm like, is the computer not showing me all the comments or what during the live? So anyway, I'm normally try to respond to pretty much everything and not ignore. So I'm blaming the computer on that whenever that happens. Ooh, Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight are 2 of my favorites, says Cindy. Yeah, Tony won't ever be off of Navy. I swear for a while I was like, Night of Navy needs a refresh. It's like, I don't know. It just looked weird to me, like off. But I think it was just me. It was like I was in a mood and a vibe, and now I'm back to normal. So, okay, thanks, Ellen. Thanks, Landa. Thanks, Landa. Oh, look at Landa. She got all the ribbon. Oh my gosh, which was a lot, cut and rolled for our team meeting. Thank you, Landa. Everybody's going to tell you thank you tomorrow at the team meeting. If you're there, I can't remember. Maybe that was last month you had to miss. Anyway, if y'all have any questions, let me know. Everyone have a great week. Hopefully I showed you everything I intended to. Don't forget my ordering special and the starter kit special end tomorrow. So any questions, let me know. Have a good week. I'll see y'all next Thursday, 9 a.m. Central, same place and time. Bye. Oh, and Brittany's over here asleep on my other table where I do work. Bye.